Okay, so our next coach was
Bublé.
Michael Bublé. I was looking at my notes and it said Adam. I was like, no, Adam's a singer. Um, Adam David, who I was like, oh, when they announced Adam's song, I said Stephanie's gonna be excited. Was one of Stephanie's favorite artists and one of her favorite songs by this artist. And he sang Unaware, and that is by who, Stephanie?
Ooh, the Allen Stone.
The Allen Stone.
You say that you can. I was away.
And then Carlos Santiago said, "You are the reason." You are the reason by Callum Scott.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I said he's just Adam David. I'm going to read the notes. Okay, he's just understatingly exceptional.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's so understated, and it's just so exceptional.
Mm-hmm.
I love voices like Adam David's the most because I can't sing like that, and so I'm just in awe listening to this young man sing. I said the rasp holler in that voice, and I couldn't think of it. I said, what? It's just sexy. It is a sexy voice. Did you see how Kelsey literally melted in that chair? I said, I don't want to get with Adam like that. He ain't my type. But that man's voice is sexy.
Yeah.
Point blank, especially that rasp holler. Nobody does that. Nope, not many singers can do that.
No.
And sound like desirable. I guess is the best. I don't even know how else to describe it. I said his voice is just in the cut. It's got me all in my feelings. It's just very. I just don't have any other words for that voice, and it pissed me off. Why do they keep Stephanie? Help me out, and maybe we can hold this conversation for later. Why do they keep calling his voice a character voice? I don't like that.
I understand.
Having a theater background, like when I think a character voice, I think like contrived.
Okay, I don't take it that way. I take it as, because I've called it a character voice, and I might have written it down. When I think of a character voice, I think of a voice that is very unique, very textured, and can be like, they're usually very good communicators because they sound like they've written everything that they sing. So I just take it as a voice that is a little bit more unusual, that has more of that that growl, that rasp, that texture. Yeah.
I can get down with that. But that man's voice is sexy as hell. I'm sorry. It is. I don't even know how else to describe it. It's just like falling. Did you see the coaches were falling all over themselves when he was singing. They were. Especially when he went up to that rasp holler. And I was like, I didn't even know what that was. I said, dude, what are you doing?
Right. That's
crazy. All right. What is your take? I can't wait to hear what you got to do, because this is one of your songs. So I know y'all got to understand that Stephanie and I, when our songs come up, we get a little bit more critical because they're our songs.
This is true.
I cannot wait to hear what you had to say about Adam David.
So I almost wish that I would have done my watch with me to this one, just so y'all could have seen my reaction when I heard that he was doing this song. Because I was just like, ah! And then I had to remember, like, my kids are sleeping, so I need to kind of keep it down. Yeah, I love this song. I love this song. And I thought that this was a perfect pick for his kind of voice. I'm gonna start calling him Bishop. I'm gonna start calling him Bishop, because his voice reminds me of church. Like, it just reminds me of like soul church. So Kelsey said that he's got like a barbecue voice. And I said, I'm gonna take that, and I'm gonna take it a step further. He got that repast voice.
Yeah,
that second service Yes, he's got that second service chicken,
Yeah.
macaroni and cheese,
Hmm.
greens with the red juice, the repast either after the funeral or between service voice. That's what he has for me. So, oh my goodness. The parts that really stood out to me were the parts that were not as raspy and the parts where he was just hollering. Like when he was just singing full throat, you say that you can. And he was just like a little bit of the rasp was taken away. I was like, but wait, you have that too? Like
Yeah.
you can sing full throat that high too without having to get into your falsetto. Now here's where I will give a gentle warning. And it's not because I didn't like it, it's because I think folks won't understand it. I want Adam to be a little bit more picky and choosy with the rasp in the upcoming selections, because I don't think that everybody's going to get it, and I don't
No,
think
you're right.
everybody's going
You're
to
right.
appreciate it the way
You're right.
you and I appreciate it.
Hmm.
Some folk are just going
Boy,
to think
boy,
that Adam
boy,
is screaming.
boy.
Yeah. So, see, we over here like that boy good, that boy good. But some people, some folk, and particularly the folk that vote, that we know who vote, might not get it and might think that he's just screaming. Now, for a song like this, we already know what Alan Stone has done to this song. So there is more of an allowance for the rasp. And even for, if you did not know that Adam David was saying unaware, you did not know that Adam David was saying unaware. Because Adam
Right.
David was saying,
Yep.
so just for the purposes of this competition, I don't want Adam to lose who he is as a singer. I just want him to be aware of his audience. And I think we all have to do that. All of us that are singers, we all have to be aware of our audience, what we're singing, who we're singing, what the song is, all those things in order to give the best performance for our audience. So that's what I would caution Adam to do. But as for Stephanie and her house, we loved it. And
Yeah.
for Stephanie and this podcast, we loved it.
But you know what? I don't know if Adam's trying to go far in this competition because he seems like the type that's just going to give you what he does.
I know that's right.
And I'm here for it.
I'm here for it
I
too.
really am.
I am
And I
too.
hope he does go long. And I hope people, to your point, Stephanie, I hope people do get it because he's incredible. Like, I'm just sitting here like this. Like, how you do that? Like, that's just a singing fool, as they
Ooh,
say.
he
Is a
said
singing
every
fool.
day. I said, ah.
Sing, boy. Sing, sir.
Ooh, sing, sir.
All right. Next we have Carlos Santiago. And
Ooh.
Carlos saying, "You are the reason," Callum Scott.
Then you are the reason. You are the reason.
And Carlos, I just don't have enough superlatives to
None.
describe your voice.
Right.
It's just, I said pure. I said, listen to that tone. Listen to that upper extension. Pay attention to his phrasing. It's perfection. His placement is ridiculous. Even the breathy at the end was supported and full of feeling. Gorgeous vibrato. Just exceptional, top level singing from Carlos Santiago, who I don't remember too well. Did he sing the Richard Marx? That's
Right here
what I
waiting.
thought. Okay.
Right here
He sang
waiting.
the Right Here Waiting. Okay. Because I was like, this man's got just that late 80s, just that easy listening, Rod Stewart, Richard Marx, Motions of Heart. I can't even do it. Just that incredible, like the purest tone. And
The
I
purest
didn't get.
terms.
I finally figured out. I think he's a voice teacher,
Yes, he is.
and I can tell, Carlos, if you watch, I can tell you just everything you do, and I just wish you weren't up against Adam. That's the only thing that only criticism I have is because he was up against Adam. Because any other person he would have flown through, because that was an incredible vocal. I could talk about Carlos all day. Like, dude, I want to sound like you. You said you want to sound like Adam when you grow up. I want to sound like you when you grow up. It's just effortless singing. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous song choice. The way you emoted, the going in between Spanish and English, it was just perfection.
Perfection.
Perfection. Another one I was kind of upset about, Stephanie.
Oh, the first thing I wrote was pure voice.
Oh,
That's the first thing I wrote. I was like, oh my God, I almost forgot. And now I remembered Carlos. Lord have mercy, Jesus. It was so clear. It was so perfect. But
Yes.
you know, but you know what's interesting? Sometimes you get people who have clear, perfect voices and there's no emotion. He had that too. Lord have
Had it
mercy.
all.
The communication of it all. Wife, listen, wife, hang in there. Well, you ain't got to hang in there no more. He home. He was
Yeah.
singing to you, child. Baby, don't ever let my husband sing like that to me. Lord have mercy. Like, it was just so emotional, so beautiful,
Incredible.
so incredible. It was the perfect song, from the holleration to his voice to the whisper. This man literally sang his behind off. And I don't know if you caught this at the end of the performance. Whoever it might have been, who's the band leader? Paul. It might have been Paul. I don't know if Paul was on keys, but there was like, Paul was backing him up on keys at the last part of that. And I was like, it was like it felt like worship. It felt like worship by the end. And I was just, I was just so, and the bilingual of it all, I wrote down bilingual Bublé Groban, because he was giving me some Michael Bublé. He was giving me some Josh Groban. He was just giving me, like you said, all the 80s male ballad, power ballads. Oh, it was just so
Adams,
Brian Adams,
like
Lord have
all
mercy.
those voices that had those like incredible power ballads,
Yes,
right?
yes.
But not in the same style as, say, Steve Perry, right?
Right.
It's more low key.
It's
but the holleration is just it's more romantic. How about
yes,
that?
it
It's
is.
it's a
Yes, it
romantic
is.
sounding voice.
Yes,
He's a
it is.
crooner.
Yes, he
That's
is.
the thing. He's a
Yes, he
crooner
is.
with that late 80s easy listening voice. Incredible offering.
So good. It was so good.
Carlos, you should be so proud.
Yes.
So proud.
Yes.
You sang your face off.
Yeah.
All right, but they did have to go with Adam David, and I get it. I get why. But again, I'm still kind of upset because I think Carlos was, again, one of the strongest singers of the season. If
Agreed.
we're talking just pure vocals.
Agreed.
And gave you everything that he had.
Yes, he did.
On the emotion side. So,
absolutely.
Yeah,